Welcome to the preview of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Round 24, the final race of the season is here. The last three races coming thick and fast this end of the season, hasn't it? 6 races in 7 weeks. It's been brilliant. What's the story heading into Abu Dhabi? Well, the big one, it's McLaren versus Ferrari, the two oldest teams, two classic rivals from 98, 99, 2000. They go battle it out for the Constructors' title. Will McLaren finally regain that title since 1998, I believe is the last one, or 99. 21 points in the lead at the moment. Ferrari need 21 or 22 points to overhaul and pass them. If a Ferrari 1-2 and Mercedes 4 and 5, that will give equal points. But if one of the Ferrari drivers take the fastest lap, that could give them the title. So, it's a strong performance needed from Ferrari. The track really should suit them, so it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. It's the last race for Lewis Hamilton and his Mercedes team. He's done 245 races up until this one, so there's 246. He's had a fantastic journey with them, hasn't he, over the last 10 odd years. He's been with that team. It's been brilliant, multiple world championships. And to leave that team, I think he'll be a bit emotional at the end of that race weekend, as with most of the team. But it looks like by now, the way the last 3 races has been going, he's eager to move forward and go for that new challenge. It kind of looks like it's just come at the right time for him, hasn't it? Sergio Perez, will it be the last time we see him in the Red Bull? Now, strangely enough, we've seen after Qatar that Horner said that the ball is well and truly in Sergio Perez's court. He will make the decision, and it's almost as if like it's a slight push out the door, isn't it? He's trying to do it nicely, Christian Horner. I mean, it was his own fault for giving him that long contract back in Miami for 25. I've said it all along. It was a disastrous management decision. The guy's done so poorly up in that point. He tried to give him a contract to wrap his arm around him, to keep him in the team, to build his performances. I mean, that just makes absolutely zero sense to me at all. The guy just hasn't performed at any point in the season where any performance you can put your hat on and say, this is why Sergio Perez deserves that Red Bull seat. It's a seat in the top 4 team, or one of the top 4 teams, the best team at the moment, isn't it? I know they're going to lose their Constructors' title this season, but anyone will do anything to be in that car, no doubt. And so, it's a strange management decision, but will we see Perez finally call it time at Red Bull? Who knows? All along he said he'll fight for that, but we'll see what happens there. Ocon is being replaced by Jack Doohan. He's been dropped effectively, hasn't he? Both sort of saying they've come to some sort of agreement. Ocon wants to test in the Haas for the end of season test at the end of the season, and Alpine probably eager now to just take a little bit of pressure off Jack Doohan, isn't he? In heading into the first race in Australia, his first race, just lessens the pressure. He's got one race under his belt, one weekend, and it's a full natural race weekend. We get the free practice 1, 2, 3 into qualifying, so we'll get that build up, which should help him move forward. We've also got the story of Liam Lawson or Franco Colapinto. Will it be their? Well, it is their last race for Franco Colapinto, or will it be? Will Liam Lawson get the seat of Sergio Perez? Will Franco Colapinto finally get that seat? Or will Franco get the seat of Liam Lawson? Has he done quite enough to keep that seat at Racing Bulls? Who knows? But there's potentially both could be their last races. It's also the last race for Valtteri Bottas and Zhou Guanyu. Zhou Guanyu hot off that fantastic 8th place finish last time out. But the final race, will it be the last time we see them again? For Valtteri, I think so. He's had a long, pretty solid career in F1. I can't see anyone wanting him back next time, and potentially there is room at the Cadillac outfit, isn't it, in a bit of time, but will he have been out of racing too long for them to be interested? Zhou Guanyu, again, potential for a Ferrari reserve seat, and then can he make his way in with the connection with Ferrari and Cadillac? If they get a Ferrari engine, could he make his way back into F1 there? Who knows? But for now, I don't think we see them anytime soon, will we? It's the last race for Nico Hülkenberg at Haas before he moves on, and then it's also the last race for Carlos Sainz at Ferrari. So a lot of lasts and an interesting constructors fight to be had here. This circuit, well, since the new layout in 21, we've had much better racing, much more overtaking, 16 turns, 2 DRS zones, 5.2 kilometers this circuit, isn't it? DRS zones down into turn 9 and turn 6 and turn 9. 58 lap race this one, the lap record held by Max Verstappen, a 1:26.1 from Abu Dhabi still. 63% full throttle around here, and it's a high downforce circuit. Tyres for the weekend, Pirelli are bringing their softest in the range, the C3 for the hards, the C4 for the mediums, and the C5 for the softs. Strategy now, it's normally a one stop, we can see potentially 2 stops around here. It's all about tyre deg. Not aware of any resurfacing or anything like that around this circuit, which might change things here, but will be interesting to see how we go on there. Last time out, Max Verstappen took the win, Charles Leclerc got second and Russell third, and again we've seen the whole team game. Last time out was the fight for second, wasn't it, between Ferrari and Mercedes. Charles Leclerc did everything he could to try and help the Ferrari outfit. I mean, he was screaming on the radio at the team, wasn't he, because he slowed to let Perez past to see if he can gain enough time, because he had a 5-second penalty, to then make up some time and then get past George Russell. Wasn't able to do that. Leclerc got his second place, Russell got third, which gave Mercedes the position in the title. And could we see more team tactics here this weekend? Well, you just never know, do you? But Ferraris are running out the front. Well, there's no tactics to be played there, and McLaren will be doing all they can to try and, you know, clinch that Constructors World Championship, which will be thoroughly deserved from them. Interesting enough, though, that it's Ferraris that have just taken the battle to McLaren, isn't it? It was all for the world. We're kind of expecting a Red Bull resurgent, weren't we? And it being McLaren and Red Bull fight, but we've not really quite had that. I mean, but for some better performances from Sergio Perez, there might have been a chance of that, but it's not quite worked out that way. Let's look at the Drivers' Championship quickly. Yes, Max Verstappen is world champion, 429 points, but he extends his lead 80 points over Lando Norris in second, who's well and truly looking over his shoulder, isn't he? Charles Leclerc is just 8 points behind, 349 for Norris, 341 for Charles Leclerc, and if he manages to pinch that second place, it'll be a fantastic end to the season for him and Ferrari. And I think if they did that, I think ultimately that would lead to Ferrari gaining the Constructors' Championship, I think, if that happens. But if Norris holds on, I think it'll be McLaren's Constructors' title. Fourth place, Oscar Piastri, 291 points. He's got a bit of a gap now to Carlos Sainz. Them two were close now, 18 points ahead of Sainz. So I think he's secured that fourth place there. Sainz back 272 points in fifth place. The Constructors' title, where it's all looking hot, McLaren lead the way, 640 points. Ferrari 21 behind on 619. Red Bull on 581. They won't be Constructors' Championship unless both Ferraris and McLaren's DNF. You can never say never, but it seems massively unlikely for that to happen, doesn't it? Strange enough, we've got Max Verstappen winning a world championship in a car that's not even finishing in second place in the Constructors, the first time in a very long time since that's happened. The battle for sixth place is tight though, isn't it? 59 points. Alpine now lead that way after a brilliant P5 from Gasly last time out. Haas behind now, 5 points, 54 points for them. And Racing Bulls a bit of a way back. I think that's too far for them to gain on Alpine, but they're only 8 behind Haas on 46 points, the Racing Bulls, so potentially still in there with a fight to get the 7th place. Every place is massive, it's big bucks, isn't it? The two Haas will need a strong run. Potentially this circuit should be one that suits them, so it'll be interesting to see a double points finish and they can beat Alpine. And 1-2 for Ferrari and fastest laps means that they can beat McLaren, provided I think it's they finish 4 and 5, so it'll be interesting to see what that happens there. On to the predictions. Well, for qualifying, I've got Charles Leclerc to take pole position, Verstappen second, and Norris third. For the win, I think it'll be Leclerc to take the win, second for Verstappen, and third for Carlos Sainz. I'm predicting a good weekend for Ferraris, a bad weekend for the Alpines, but I think the McLarens might just do enough to hold on to that Constructors' Championship. I think it'll come down to Sainz needing that second place and not getting past Verstappen for that. And I think Haas might just do enough to get P6. They really do honestly deserve that. It's just only been that massive big look that Alpine had in Brazil that has really sort of given him a chance or shot at that 6th place really, but Haas really do deserve that 6th place. And while you say you deserve to finish where you do in F1, this one I think will be a bit of a kick in the teeth if Haas don't get this 6th place. But I think they've got 2 brilliant drivers. Magnussen had a brilliant race last time out, and Nico Hülkenberg has been a solid driver for them this season, and I think both will do the job and get them into that 6th place in the end. But let's see, the final race is nearly upon us. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment as always. See you next time.